TV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
So earlier I spoke about a lovely makeup artist called Namhle, and I said, well, you know, we're going to chat about her journey. So my name is Lauren Joffe, and I am privileged enough to be sitting in studio with the lovely Namhle. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you feeling?
I am feeling so great. I'm super excited.
Well, clearly you feel as great as you look. You know, it's both, it's greatness on par, it's the same level.
Definitely.
So I wanted to chat to you, first question is, when we were chatting off camera, you're a creative, but it's not just makeup. You're a makeup artist, but I think when you work in the arts industry, you wear many hats. We never just go under one title. Mm-hmm. So I know that you were quite young when you started, a few different creative businesses. How old were you, and why did you start all of those creative businesses?
When I started my businesses, I was 16 years old. I used to plait people's hair. I used to do that when I was in high school, and then I continued until varsity. And then when I dropped out of varsity in second year, because I fell pregnant, so I had to make a way to put food on the table and all of that. So then I started doing network marketing. And then I raised enough money, and then I was hired into Capitec Bank. And then after that, I started my Mobi lunch business, which was I used to cook for people. But then unfortunately, there was COVID, so I had to stop. And then I had to think of a plan of how am I going to put food on the table, because I'm not going to be able to get people who go to work and then make lunch for them. So I started my makeup business, and then I started drawing stuff on my face and then putting it on Facebook and on Instagram, and people used to they started growing interest and following and liking and all of that. And then there was COVID, so I couldn't do people's makeup. And then I started doing nails. And then nails don't have a season. So even if it's COVID, even if you're not going to go anywhere, people always do nails. So
clearly I need to make an appointment, because my nails are already, they're chipping and all sorts of things. It's so interesting, especially when you hear from powerful women like yourself. You spoke about how you fell pregnant, you had to make a tough decision, but you never let go of the fact that you still want to be creative and you still want to be able to pay the bills. You don't have to choose one or the other. It can be both. And I think that's such a powerful lesson, to all women out there and just to all people out there in general. So when it comes to just being creative in general, what is the process like for you? Whether it's cooking, whether it's makeup, whether it's doing nails, what is that feeling like? What is the logistical, practical steps like?
So I'm a very creative person. So whenever I do something, I try to put emotion in it. So if I'm going to draw something, I try to connect it to how I'm feeling, or what I'm trying to put out, a message I'm trying to put out, and all of that. Because this is my favorite design, by the way.
The eyeshadow that you're wearing now, it's beautiful. It belongs on Pinterest and Instagram and all of those places.
So it's actually my favorite because it describes the kind of place where I came from. I was amongst chickens, so I thought I was a chicken, but then I actually learned to fly. So I recognize myself as an eagle. So that's what I try to, every time when I try to create something, I try to explain how I feel. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
No, you're making perfect sense. It sounds like you're a very reflective person. You go through an experience and you reflect on it. And often, I'm somebody who dresses very expressively. And when people see me in just jeans and t-shirt, they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's a bad day. If it's just jeans and t-shirt, it means it's a bad day. So it makes so much sense what you're saying, that your makeup tells a story, and if you're feeling sad, it'll express that sadness. And if you're feeling happy, it'll express happiness. And now when it comes to people coming across your pages and your work, and I've seen some of your work, you have cake coming out of people's faces. It looks like a slice is coming out of their faces. It's unbelievable. It really is. So what's the inspiration behind all of that? When people comment on that and you're like, okay, people love this, what more can I do? How do you build onto all of that inspiration besides just the experiences you have?
Sometimes what I do is I normally let people guide me. So I let the people that love my work guide me. Sometimes I can get someone who can say, they can screenshot something from maybe Instagram or maybe from someone who's actually a professional, because I'm a self-taught in all the things that I do. So sometimes they can just screenshot something and then say they can challenge me into doing it. So that's how I go on about it.
So you like a challenge?
I like being challenged.
I think that's great.
I like challenges.
I think it's great. And it's so important that people who love your work are, you know, even if it's something that you can't do immediately, you build on it and you learn as you go. And I learned the hard way. Guys, it doesn't take 10 minutes to do makeup. You need to take at least an hour to look professional, to look good. There was a joke going around on Instagram. It said, if you did your makeup in 10 minutes, you can see you did your makeup in 10 minutes. So what would you say for all creatives out there, you know, whether it's a 16-year-old sitting on her couch right now watching us, whether it's a 26-year-old, what would you say to creatives out there that are a bit nervous getting into the industry and, you know, just fearful of what people might think?
I can say it's never going to be easy. So you should just be sure that you want something. If you want it, then you should just go for it. Whether you feel that you are ready, whether you feel that you are not ready, but you just go for it, because in actual fact, people are going to say anything. People can say bad stuff even when you're doing good stuff. So it's not always going to be when you're doing good stuff, then people are going to vouch for you and all of that. So you just have to be sure that you want this thing. And if you really want it, you're going to go for it. And then you're going to just keep on pushing. And also, to the 26-year-olds that you mentioned, it's not too late. You can start at the age of 30 years, at the age, whatever age that you feel that you are ready in. You just have to start. Because I did mention that I dropped out at second year. I'm going back to school and I'm going to pay for my own studies. I'm going to pay for everything.
Do it.
Because of the things that I'm doing. So you just, if you feel like you are stuck, just think of a way to get out. So nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to say, okay, I've got money, I'm going to fund you. Nothing like that's going to happen. Maybe you might get lucky, but it's not always the case. You just have to get up and just make sure that you...
You've got to pave your own way.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's such important advice. So we don't have too much time left, but I do want to know, what has the highlight of your career been so far? Between the makeup and the nail techs and plaiting hair and even, you know, making food, what has been the highlight overall?
I can say my highlight has been...
one sentence.
Yeah, okay, so the amount, the support you're going to get it from people, okay, it's going to be a few from the people that you know and a lot from people you don't know. So a lot of people you know might just leave you, but the people who don't know will vouch for you whenever.
For sure. I think that's such sound advice to everybody at home. I hope you're feeling inspired. And obviously don't go anywhere. And I hope you're just feeling motivated, inspired. I really think it's been such a lovely time having you here in studio. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere.
CTV family, catch us live.